Good morning, one and all. I am T. Gayatri, an associate professor in K. J. Reddy Engineering College in the Department of ECE. Today we are going to discuss about introduction to microwaves. Coming to the first point, the microwave frequency range. Microwave have a frequency ranges from 1 GHz to 1000 GHz. They are such high frequency signals ranging from 1 GHz to 1000 GHz. Because of such high frequencies, the wavelength decreases. As the frequency increases, we know that the wavelength decreases. So it will have a wavelength ranges from lambda ranging from 30.5 centimeters to 0.3 millimeters. Because of such wavelengths, 0.3 millimeters are really small waves, that's why they are known as tiny waves, nothing but microwaves. Now, what are the properties of such microwave signals? The characteristics of microwave signals. They are small waves. Since they are small waves, they are called as microwaves. We have already discussed because the wavelength is very small. 0.3 millimeters is really small waves, and they have larger bandwidth available for communication. Because they are small waves, the bandwidth is more available for communication. We can transmit a lots of signals, lots of messages through these microwave signals. They can penetrate through fog, clouds. They can penetrate through fog and clouds. They can also penetrate through ionosphere. So this is one of the characteristics of microwave signal, where other signals cannot penetrate through fog and clouds. The heating property. The heating property of microwave signals have numerous industrial applications. So this heating property is one of the important characteristics of the microwave signal. Coming to the disadvantages of microwaves. Microwaves are having complex circuits. We have seen in microwave labs, a microwave bench setup is of this size. So microwave signals are having complex circuits. The line of sight propagation limits the usage because the transmitter should see the receiver and the receiver should see the transmitter, because the line of sight propagation is required, which will limit the usage. It is mainly used for railway links, where one transmitter is able to see the receiver and will be able to transmit the signal. So line of sight propagation, because of this property, we cannot, it will limit the usage of the microwave signals. And complex circuits, line of sight propagation, the measurements are difficult because the measurements require a longer procedure. So microwave measurements are difficult. Coming to the advantages of microwaves. We have already discussed, they have larger bandwidth availability. Because of larger bandwidth availability, we can transmit lots of messages through microwave signals. Less fading. Because of less fading property, because it is having high frequency, it has more directivity, so it has less fading, more directivity. They can travel to longer distances without fading. So we can transmit lots of messages also for longer distances without fading, and less number of repeaters are required. So this will reduce our cost of microwaves because we require less number of repeaters. We can transmit the signal for longer distances. All these advantages are mainly due to its frequency because it is high frequency signal. And we think that because they are heat generating waves, so they may require high power. No, the microwave transmitters and receivers require less power. This is one advantage. Less power is required by the transmitters and receivers. We require smaller antennas. We know that as frequency increases, the antenna size decreases. So we require smaller antennas for microwave signals. And also least maintenance is required. We have set up a circuit and it will stay like that. So least maintenance is required for microwave signals. Coming to the applications, where are we using these microwave signals? The applications of microwave for telecommunication. We have already discussed it has high frequency, so improved directivity and less fading we have already discussed. So this is the reason we will use it for telecommunications. We can also use it for intercontinental communications, the communication between one continent and another continent. It is also used in radars for ranging and detection applications. We can see on outer ring roads, on flyovers, for speed detection we use in radars microwave signals. Behind that hoarding where the directions are shown, we have microwave transmitter and receivers. So whenever a vehicle is approaching speed, the microwave signal will hit the vehicle and come back. So by that the speed is detected using microwave signals. We have several industrial applications. We have several industrial applications like microwave oven is one of the industrial applications using 2.5 gigahertz of frequency, 2.4 gigahertz of frequency, and industrial applications are used for like drying inks. Newspaper textbooks are printed and those inks are dried using microwave, because we already discussed that microwave have absorbing property. It can absorb the microwave signal. So the ink will absorb the microwave signal and it will be dried. And even when the clothes are printed, the drying property is used. It is one of the applications in industrial applications. It is used for sterilizing medical equipment. So it is also used for preheating and pre-cooling of the food like meat and oilless frying, potato oilless. And we have biomedical applications for cancer treatments like diathermy and hyperthermia. We use microwave signals, and we can use microwave signals for electronic warfare. And we have numerous microwave devices having numerous applications. So these are the applications of microwaves. Coming to the microwave transmission. So microwave transmission, we can transmit microwave signal wirelessly using waveguide. So waveguide, which is there in our syllabus. So how many types of waveguides are available? Microwave signals cannot travel through normal wires like ordinary wires. So we require a special structure. They are called as waveguides. We have many types of waveguides: circular, elliptical, rectangular waveguides, ridged waveguides. These are ridged waveguides, single ridge, double ridge. So, corrugated waveguides, we have other types of waveguides, they are corrugated waveguides. We have only rectangular waveguide in our syllabus. In rectangular waveguide, the wave travels in 3 modes. Let us continue here. In rectangular waveguide, the wave travels in 3 modes. The 2 modes, TE mode and TM mode. We already know that the third mode is TEM mode, where T is transverse electric, TM is transverse magnetic, TEM is transverse electromagnetic, but TEM mode does not exist in a rectangular waveguide. Only TE and TM mode exist in a waveguide. We will see about these waveguides in the next class. Thank you.